These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
I started the show like that. Obviously, I see your suits on the timeline all the time, just elite fashion sense. So there is somebody on Twitter, Pete Rogers, who has put together a thread of designing a Celtics jersey every time the Celtics win. So sick. Shout out Pete Rogers. Just
Shout out to
legends.
Pete, man. Hell yeah. If you're not following this on Twitter, get on it. It's great.
You need to. So I was hoping for those of you watching the YouTube channel, you'll be able to see them. And if you're watching or listening on podcast platforms, head on over to YouTube. You know,
I'll describe them.
Yeah, we'll describe them. But I was hoping you could give us your thoughts on the jerseys, and we could just discuss them. And we don't have to rank necessarily, but just which ones we like. All right, let me share it on the screen.
Rogers hasn't missed yet.
Yes.
No,
I agree.
Not.
Hasn't missed yet.
All right, here we go. All right. So 1-0, Celtics win.
Classic.
First one, diamonds on the side, green and gold trim, green Celtics jersey, normal, some cursive font. Again, hop on over to How About Them Celtics podcast on YouTube and you can see it. But what do you think, Evan?
It's a classic look right here. I like this a lot. I mean, coming out of the gates with this, I think Pete understood the assignment of, hey, I'm doing Celtics jerseys. There has to be a classic element to the C's jerseys. This is doing it for me. This is like a solid 7 or 8 out of 10. Could be higher than that, pending how this goes. But that's a really good, solid footing to start with right there. That's great.
Big fan of the gold text myself.
Yeah,
I've always been a sucker for the St. Patrick's Day jerseys.
They should just let Pete design the Celtics,
I agree.
like, alternate jerseys at this point.
Yes,
wholeheartedly agree, because just about everything they pump out is like garbage to me.
He's killing it. He's again hasn't missed. All right, I like that one.
All right, 2-0, another Celtics jersey, all green with white lettering, and the I in Celtics is lucky. I love this. Shamrocks on the side. I think it's great.
I think it's a step back from his last one. It's
really
fine. It's fine for me. I mean, it's like kind of. I'm not trying to give Pete any. Can I swear in this podcast?
Yeah. I don't care.
I'm not trying to give Pete any shit here. I just think there are so many better ones that I know of. I can't go too high with this. I just can't, because I know there's so much coming. Look, they wear the greens all the time. I don't like how they don't wear their home whites all the time, and it actually bothers me.
Oh my God, I agree.
That's a Sam classic.
This is right church. For the home whites, this is home whites church.
Yeah, they don't wear those nearly enough. They are so they're a staple of NBA uniforms. Like, it doesn't get much more classic than that. I mean, the Lakers yellow, I guess. And there are others, but like just the classic C's white jersey just does it for me every time.
I feel like they've been better this year about it. I feel like
they wear a lot.
Keith Smith is another person that is heavy on the home whites in the correct place.
Yeah.
Train. I'm on the train. You're on the train. There are plenty of people around Twitter that are on the train. I feel like the voices are starting to be heard, because I truly feel like when they're at home, they are mostly wearing those or the black ones.
When they have those on. Like, I have no,
I agree.
No stats to back that up. But just they look better when they wear.
This year they haven't lost, I don't think. I swear, if Forsberg will tweet it out sometimes, I'm pretty sure they're undefeated this year.
I love how Forsberg's the guy in charge of that too. It's good. Somebody with that stat. Again, I think it's a good jersey, but like
And as we go down the list, I'm going to have to take points off when it is a white jersey, because I just think to myself, they're taking away from the greatest jersey in basketball.
This is trying to be the Sonics a little bit, which I think is great. So I'm way high on this jersey. This is nice, and I like the Gaelic font for the 9 is nice, and the Shamrock's fine, bro. It's a uniform. Let's have fun with it.
Of course, for those on audio platforms, it's a plain white jersey, yellow and green trim with just a giant shamrock in the middle, green with yellow trim, and then, like Evan said, a kind of a Gaelic font for the numbering. I don't mind it. I think it's, like you said, maybe just because of the levels Pete has gotten to, I think it's probably lower on the list.
So, again, this is an important nod only because the Sonics are no longer a franchise. If the Sonics were involved, then we'd have to move on from this one. But like, it's just keeping that alive for now. I hope that somebody buys a team in Seattle and they put the Sonics back there, because it's a disgrace.
I agree. All right, we'll move down to number 4 here. Black jersey with green, gold, and a white stripe across the middle. In the middle is a silhouette of Lucky with green numbering outlined of black on the bottom. I think this is clean. I think it's very out there and different, which I think the Celtics need a little bit sometimes, at least for the alternate, just a little bit.
I do like this jersey. It just feels a little too Bucksy for me. I
Mm.
feel like the
I
Bucks
agree
have
with
a
that.
similar jersey. That being said, this jersey is a good one. Like again, there aren't really misses. I have like minor critiques of Pete, but this,
Yes.
like if they wore this one time, I would not be mad at them for wearing it. That's for sure. Like, I
Mhm.
guess the question again, you'd have to have the trunks match and like have
Yeah.
those colors over like the part just above the knee to really like because you go all black, you can to make it work. I think better. If you did it like any one of the other colors, like a brown, it looked very cheesy. The bottom has to match exactly, otherwise it's weird. But I think
Mhm.
that's fine. Again, it's just a little too bucks for me.
Bucks, yeah.
I think it's
I see what
cool
you're
just
saying.
because it's different enough and it's not overstepping its bounds and stepping on another jersey that they already. I mean, I guess the black one, but
I
like
don't
that's
think
an
I'll give
alternate.
Pete a grade lower than a 6. Like
Yeah.
on
No,
any
they're
of
all
Okay.
these.
heat.
Like that's a sick jersey. If they wore it one time, I bet they sell a bunch of them. No question.
100%. All right, fifth win of the season. We have this one. It's an all green jersey. The trim is little gold shamrocks along the trim, and then in the middle, it's effectively just the classic Celtics, St. Patrick's Day lettering, white outlines with yellow, or sorry, gold, font. I think it's clean. Again, I like some of the previous ones, but this one's solid too.
I'm going 9 here. This is good. This is nice.
Ooh, we
This
got
is my favorite of the bunch.
I like this a lot.
Well,
I
so
like
far.
okay.
they should rock green a little more than they do,
Yeah.
frankly. I mean, they are the Celtics, so let's get real. I think this
Mhm.
is a cool way to do it. Maybe the Shamrock's not on the sleeve. I don't know. Maybe you could change that up a little bit. It's just a nice nod, I guess. But the coloration is freaking dead on.
Yeah,
I
I like
agree.
this one.
Again, my favorite of the bunch so far.
There you go. All right, sixth win of the season. We got a Celtics jersey, less Bucks green, more bright Celtics green, white cursive letters with kind of like I want to say it's kind of like that 70s show shadowing, but they're like different shades, slightly of green underneath. Kind of green stripes on the side. Apologies to the audio listeners for how
This
poorly
should
I'm
be the.
describing
This
these.
is why you don't listen to this podcast on any audio platform. This should be your push. Like if you listen to
Exactly.
this, you should watch this.
Jump to YouTube. I'm encouraging. How about
Will
them
this be
Celtics
one of our
podcast
clips,
on
Jack,
YouTube?
for this one?
Yeah, this will be its own clip video for
Yeah.
the jersey segment. It's got to be, but yeah, this Celtics jersey, like I said, white cursive font with kind of that shadowing in green underneath. I like this. I like this.
This is 8 or a 9.
Mhm.
Again, it's just clean. It's very, very clean.
Exactly.
Again, one of the things that you have to remember with the Celtics that clean is good. It doesn't have like let the brand sort of speak for itself in a way, and this is
Mhm.
definitely doing that. I hope somebody critiques what I'm saying too, and like comes up with some. Like, Plenty sounds like he's too pompous or some shit. I can't wait for that.
I like this one. This is probably my favorite take on the Bill Russell edition so far that we've got on
Mm.
this list. I know
Mm.
he's done a couple that are similar to it, and I think they've all been upgrades, but this is my favorite of them so far.
Can we talk about how she's 35 is trending for a second?
Yeah, I don't really know what that is. I was kind of I was checking my trendings before we started here to make sure it wasn't anything odd, but
Is it
I don't really
Hillary Duff?
know.
Is it
I don't know.
Hillary Duff? Because people have
Should
been
we
going
click on it
crazy
quick?
about Hillary Duff.
What is this? She's 35 is trending. It is
AOC?
AOC. Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
All right. Anyways, back to Celtics. I went through my trending, like what's happening to make sure it was safe, and then as soon as I started sharing my screen, I'm like, oh, that's
I was like,
that's
hell
interesting. But anyways, Celtics also. It's great that the Celtics are the best team in the league too, because Pete gets so many chances. They're 20-5 right
yeah,
now. He's
I
like
honestly
20
tweeted him a while back. I was like, dude, I hope you got 50 more in the chamber. And I said that early on because it was like, damn, these guys are definitely like good at basketball. And I'm assuming at some point
Mhm.
we'll talk about basketball. But
Of course.
like I asked him, I was like, dude, you got to have at least 50 more to go. It's like this is, and then he might need 60 plus when we get done with this whole thing, and that's going to
I
be
hope so.
crazy to come up with 60. Do we have
He's
an
got
over under? You guys have a number?
I think 58 is a good over under.
What was it before the season, Jack? Because we talked about it, and I was like over a million times over. Like I was so confident in the team.
3.5.
I think 50 around that, yeah, 53, 54. And even I
They
think
should be able to
58
get
could even be
60.
low. Yeah, I think
You've
60 is a good
played
goal.
25 games. That's about. Let's just take like the first quarter of the season. They were like 17-4. They should be able to win 60. They should.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But
Mhm.
when you go into the beginning of the year and you have Joe Mazzulla has never coached an NBA game in his life, like you know, hard to say. Yeah, that team's definitely going to hit 60 games or something. Like, that's hard to say.
It's tough. All right, seventh win of the season. We'll move on here. This is gonna be hard to describe to the audio listeners. Again, I urge you to go over to YouTube, but it is a green jersey with sort of shamrock pinstripes in a different shade of green with kind of Gaelic font and numbering, slightly less than past jerseys.
Looks like a
but
medieval font.
it's clean. Yes, that's a good way to describe it.
It
I don't
looks
hate it.
like the regular away jersey, just with medieval font, but also those stripes.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I'd like the other one better than this one.
Mhm.
Again,
I agree.
this is a solid like 7 or 8 out of 10 for me.
Mhm.
Again, I'm reserving the 10 for 10s later because there's some real creativity coming up.
I agree. I agree.
I
All right,
like.
eighth. Oh,
The next one is sick, but it has nothing to do with the Celtics. But it's just a sick
yes.
idea.
I like this one, but it's too close to the regular away jersey for me to like. I mean, you just can't make that. Like,
Okay.
it's too
Fine.
close.
Again, I like the previous one better.
And I agree with
Mhm.
that.
All
This
right,
is
we'll move
interesting
on.
right here. This is really
It's a Boston Globe inspired jerseys with the Boston Globe text, numbering, and then one side of the jersey has a stripe going down of old newspaper clippings, which look to be Celtics headlines from years past. Like, I really like this jersey. It is, I will say, close to a ripoff of what the Clippers did a couple years ago, but I think this Celtics one that Pete has designed is better.
Well, does the Clippers one have any relation to the LA Times or something?
Yeah, it does. It's an LA Times inspired
Was it LA
jersey with the
Times or was it
fonts
just
and-
supposed to be like
That's dope.
Compton?
That's awesome.
No, I'm pretty sure it's LA Times. Let me find it real quick. We'll just do a quick
If that's
Google
the
here.
case, that's a
LA.
cool nod. Then I totally respect that. I didn't even realize that.
LA Times Clippers jersey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so.
LA Times Clippers jersey.
All right.
I believe.
See,
So
I
he
didn't
went
think it was
a little
that.
extra with it on the
The
side there. I
newspaper
like
clipping,
that.
yeah.
He did a better job.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I agree.
I like this. I like this a lot. All right,
Now,
ninth win of the season.
The question would be: is the Boston Globe logo more recognizable than the Clippers LA Times logo? And I guess
I would say so.
I guess I would say that, but we're all a little biased here. Yeah, 'cause
Biased.
we don't live on this side of the country.
Yeah.
But I would say, like, right away, that's the script B from the Boston Globe, and I didn't know
Exactly.
right away that that's the LA. Obviously,
Yeah.
that was the LA
I
Times.
agree. I just think the newspaper clippings is a nice extra touch that the
Yeah,
Celtics could
at least allows the connection to be made. Like, I just thought it was all right, cool font on a Clippers jersey. Cool. This is an obvious connection.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
kudos to
I
Pete
agree.
once again. Pete doesn't
Yeah.
miss.
No, he's a legend. All right, ninth win of the season. We have a all black jersey, but faded into the black is the parquet from the Celtics. A different style of kind of cursive lettering. It is green lettering outlined in gold. I think this is a better version of the gray parquet jerseys they did years ago. I just think it pops better.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The question is it better than the black alternate they wear? I'm not quite sure if we're there with this one. But
Yeah.
that's good. It's a good jersey. Again, if they wore it, I wouldn't be mad at them.
It definitely doesn't top the current black alternate now.
Yeah, I think the green lettering is maybe not the greatest. Again, I'm not Pete. I love you to death, buddy. Like, this is just we're really nitpicking here. This is bullshit. But I don't think the green does anything for me. If it were white, I think it might look better, but because there's more contrast between the black and the white, it's one of my biggest things. If we're going to relate this to fashion for a second, is try and find contrast in your outfits if you can, right?
Okay.
As for a great example, let's say you wear like a light wash or summer wash like jean, so it's really like light blue. Wear a darker top, and the dark and the light will balance very well. It doesn't have to always be super light all the time. Anyway,
All right.
That's good.
There we
advice.
go. I appreciate that. All right. 10th win of the season. We have a very
100.
a very yellow jersey.
Love
It's
it.
effectively the same as the Celtics alternates, except instead of black, it is yellow.
Love it. The color,
It's different.
This
It's
is
literally the
biggest-
home whites, except you just made it yellow.
Yes.
This is the biggest color in men's fashion for fall, winter 22, gentlemen. This exact
right.
color. Again, related to the fashion world. Anybody that buys stuff and sells it as a retailer saw this color in pretty much everything in terms of like pants. I saw it in sweaters. I saw it in like goose down like vests and stuff. All that stuff. That's a winner for me.
This is the How About Them Celtics jersey. It matches our
It
font.
is. It does
It would be
match our color.
perfect.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I yoinked this exact color code and used it for the podcast. So
Well,
I like it. It's different.
I was going to say, they yoink from us and we yoink from them, but this isn't them.
They did.
This is
This is Pete. Pete did not. The Celtics yoinked our old podcast name, but that's a story we can tell.
I don't remember if Pete does a Boston Marathon jersey.
That'd be a good one, though.
That feels like the follow up to this.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
I agree.
and I like the synergy there because I love that Sox jersey is I think awesome and people hate on it. I'm like, you guys are assholes. Like,
It's clean.
Like the Boston Marathon is a big part of like Boston's like kind of like history and social identity at this point, like culturally. So I think you got to lean into that a little bit. I think it's cool that the Sox do it. I think it's just fire. I love that combo. It always looks good. So I don't remember if he did one, but like if he doesn't do one, like Pete, do one of those. It looks sick.
Yeah, that's a good next step. All right, 11th jersey. I love this 11th win of the season. It is an ode to the Zakem Bridge. You've got sort of crossing pinstripes in the style of the bridge. You got the white posts on the sideline, or the sideline on the sides of the jersey. I really like this one. This is one of my favorites.
This is cool if you know like geography
Bridge.
of Boston. I mean, if you don't know that bridge by now, you haven't watched the Celtics game. Like it's in every promo.
Yeah.
I'm apologize. I have a piece of ice in my mouth.
That's okay.
But that is a sick jersey. I wonder if green's the best base color for that. I don't know, but you can convince me it's not. But the concept of the jersey is fucking tight. I love that.
No.
I think it rules. I think this is the best to where they're not straying away from the traditional Celtics look, but they're doing enough to make it different. So that other one with the more medieval font that looks similar was not enough, but this one has enough of a meaning to where I could legitimately see this being the jersey and people buying it.
Yeah.
I also think this would look really good on body. Like
what happens with the shorts though?
Yeah, that's something else you have to consider, I guess. But I like this one.
White. I think you could figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what's cool in this jersey in the middle of July, like having a Darty on like Bud Lights jersey.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Lots of sales.
Like,
this would get lots of sales.
That's a vibe.
All right, 12th win of the season in the back half now.
Yeah.
Very interesting. All white jersey, green and gold trim. I don't even know how to describe this font for Celtics. It's just different.
I have never watched the show that much, but it feels very cheersy.
I was about to say the same thing.
You know what I mean? Like it feels like a cheersy type. Like I'm totally down for that too.
Very cool.
Not my favorite though.
I like it. It's different enough where it's not like where it'll be like eye popping for the Celtics, but it's like I don't know. It's good. It's clean. It's just.
I mean, so it's a white C's jersey, so obviously I'm into it at least a little bit. Yeah, we got like 8 more to go here.
Yeah, we gotta.
They're so good.
Through these.
You gotta rifle
they are good.
Some of these.
I'm enjoying this. All right, we'll get through 13.
Yeah, there you go. See, there it is. There it is.
Clean Boston Marathon jersey.
Yeah, that's hot. I love that. That's awesome.
Very sick.
I don't know. I think you should just do the Boston in yellow, but Boston in white doesn't even look that bad. It looks like a UCLA jersey. So you know the color scheme rocks. Like I think that's great. They should actually wear that.
Like I'm surprised they haven't done that yet.
They should.
Yeah, out of all the things they've done and tried to be different, I guess they really have tried not to stray away too much from the team colors.
That's their issue, I think. I think they're trying to stray away, but they're not committed enough to just go for it like like different teams have.
Look at the garbage Miami wore the other night with their like
I know
Zodiac killer jersey, whatever the hell.
Yeah,
they went from the best jerseys to the worst, and it wasn't all right away because they made the gradient ones in between. But man, they have fallen off.
It was the Miami Knights jersey, right, where it was like that, like.
The Vice, yeah,
the Miami Vice jersey, right? That was like that broke the internet for a day. I was like, that is the coolest jersey I've seen probably in my lifetime outside of the Vancouver Grizzlies jersey. And what they tried out the other night, the Zodiac Killer jersey was like really bizarre. To me. This one puts that to shame, and they actually wore those. So again, we know it's cool because UCLA rocks it. It's a great connection to Boston. I think that's awesome. They should definitely wear that. I would definitely buy that.
Absolutely.
Boston the question Marathon is jersey. Whose number, like who do you buy with that jersey on? And that's a great question. That's a tough one.
For sure. I like the 7. The 7 looks good, but a 0 would look pretty good as well. So 14th win of the season. We have a tan jersey.
Beige.
Like beige. That's a better word.
Taupe.
Beige jersey, green trim with beige line in between. Cursive Celtics with a clover dot for the eye, shamrock, I should say, and then just the normal numbering with green. This is clean. I think it's another simple but out there.
Would look bad on people.
Yes.
I don't think that would look cool on. I think like if you wore that with like a different pair of like pants or something, it'd look cool. But in matching shorts, it look fucking weird. I mean, it's fine. Again,
cool
we're
jersey.
14-4 here. They're not all going to be heaters, but like that's one of my least favorites of the bunch. But again,
I like this one.
Tough.
I think this is a cool take on the home whites. Yeah, I think the cream color, beige cream is the color, but this color is not legal anymore. They can't make these.
Why
Have
not?
you heard about this? Milwaukee,
No.
Milwaukee used to have jerseys this color, and they can't make them or wear them anymore because of the ads they put on the court. It's too close to the color of the court, so they can't. They would project the ads right on the jerseys.
Well, that makes sense. What the advertiser wants.
True. Maybe it'll cover it. All right, we'll move on to the 15th win of the season. Totally green jersey, green trim with just Lucky on the front of it in all gold and the number kind of up top. I like this one. Yeah, it's nice.
This is the best one with the logo on, like with a big fat logo in the middle. I think this is the best way to do it.
You don't need anything else. You don't need anything else. Just have it be that. You're done. That's fine.
Very clean. Very clean. All right, we can move on. 16th win of the season.
Oh, I've never even seen this one.
Green with white pinstripes, Celtics cursive in yellow with a white number, yellow trim. I like this. I think it's
is an Orlando Magic throwback, and I'm all about it.
Oh, it is.
You're right.
I want them to do this so bad. This is like and even like a Houston Rockets, Stevie Francis, Rockets team esque, like kind of pinstripe jersey. This is excellent. I would absolutely buy this. 100%.
It's nice.
That's dope.
I like it. All right.
I wonder if you could if Pete could open a shop where it was just like unique Celtics jerseys. Could he actually survive doing that? Because that'd be actually a shop. Because it's not affiliated. The NBA would hate every moment of this, and they would obviously get a cut of this. But the idea being, could you make a shop of just like rogue independent artist created NBA paraphernalia, very nichey, but like kind of cool, like kind of neat. Could you do?
I agree.
Could Jaylen Brown's Juice Company?
That's what I was gonna say.
Have a pop up like independent artist sees jersey shop. There's somebody could probably do that and make a ton of money doing it, but obviously none of them are in this episode. So
I think the Celtics should just hire Pete next year. Just hire him moving forward.
Well,
they should.
You can't just do the C's stuff. You have to do everybody's because, you can't have the C's put a beat down on like this and then have other people.
Oh, yes, you can. They've been doing it for years.
They're doing it this year. All right. 17th win of the season. This is my favorite.
Yeah, this is it's a home run. And now there are people that got mad about this. This is an absolute home run, and they should absolutely make this jersey.
I'll describe it.
I think and again, there's the hybrid hype, the mind hype of there's a couple of this version out there. Somebody make the version of this. That's all we're doing.
Absolutely. This is a T inspired jersey. It's got blue, red, orange, and green lines across the chest, and then they extend onto the side with Boston written vertically, but the T is circled like the T logo. This is the reason that I wanted to do this segment on the show. I'll put it that way. This is so clean.
What's funny is he got it win number 17. So throwing out heaters early. That's why I'm curious where this goes.
Exactly. I agree.
Do you think this might look better in black?
No.
No.
I think they could get away with doing what Miami did. They put out the white version of this year, and maybe it doesn't look as good in black, but they could probably just roll with it in black the next year.
The colors don't pop off black like they do off white. So
I see what you're saying.
it's more about the accent colors, right?
Mhm.
So I mean the T logo will be very interesting with a black background on this, but it's really about the colors because the jersey is more about the four colors because they're the four colors of the four T lines. And
Yes.
they won't pop as much on a black background. It'll be
Mm-hmm.
harder to detect that blue a little bit. It'll be harder to detect that green. The orange and the reds will pop more, but with the white as like what I call a palette cleanser, all of those
Mhm.
pop individually. So that's why, like, if you wear again, we'll make this fashion related for a second. Like, as a guy going to a wedding and you have to wear some sort of like outfit, when you take like a blue suit and put a white shirt underneath it, you create what I call a palette cleanser. You can wear
Mm.
anything in the middle of that, and it's really going to kind of pop. If you make it bright in like a fuchsia or something like that, it's going to pop more because you have that white background
Mhm.
because it just everything pops off white. So that's why this jersey would be better than the black.
Gotcha.
But that's just a real quick aside. That's a sick jersey. I'd absolutely buy that. I actually think I would buy a Rondo in that and just be fine with it.
Yeah.
Like
See,
the
this is
dimes in there. That's sick.
this is why I wanted to do this segment with you. This is exactly the insight I was hoping to get.
That's the best
I
one.
love
So
it.
far. That's awesome.
I agree.
I remember that one.
I
That
agree.
was like, hell yeah. Then again, there was all this bullshit about whose is it really and like whatever. Somebody
Yeah,
make
yeah.
a jersey from that and we'll be fine.
I like Pete's version, and I'll give him the credit here. All right, 3 left. 18th win of the season. We have a green jersey with shamrocks all over it in a slightly different shade of green, and then just kind of neon camo Celtics font. This looks like a camo jersey, maybe a little bit too much for me, but I still don't hate it.
Feels like an Oregon Ducks or Baylor Bears esque jersey, which I'm
Yeah.
fine with for a night. I think it's actually not that bad. It's just like a little bit more electric in terms of the green. But the dark green underneath kind of offsets that. I think it's different. I think it's fine. It's better than some of the other ones on here, I think, and I think people might be surprised by that. But I think it's
This
cool.
reminds me of the Earth Day jersey or whatever it was they had a couple years ago with the when the arenas were empty.
Yeah,
And this is better than that.
yeah.
That version of
Mhm.
this was horrible. At least this has like shamrocks. Like I can get behind this.
Yeah.
That was
Mhm.
just them trying to like say, "Hey, we tried to be different, but we were lazy about it. So here you go, buy this, give us money." But this one,
Yeah.
not bad. I think the shamrocks in the back is creative. I think the font, it's like not annoying green. It's not neon enough. It's just a lighter version of green, and the base is dark to where it
Mhm.
pops.
I see what you're
Just
saying.
popped in my head that you're probably going to tag Pete Rogers in this fucking show, and he's going to listen to
Oh.
this again. Pete, one more time, buddy. These are all homers, and you've been batting 1,000.
Absolutely.
It's just we have to pick favorites, and here we are.
Absolutely. This is, I mean, at this point, this is half the show, but it's worth it because these are these next two I think are really cool as well. I know Sam's not a Patriots guy, but an ode to the Patriots with the Celtics
I'm
jersey.
fine with that. I like the crossover. I think it looks
Mhm.
a little too like Washington Bullets, Washington
Yeah.
Wiz. But as a Pats like nod, that's fine.
I think it's cool.
Is there?
I think the
Bruins
other
one
one's
too?
better.
Is there?
I think the next
Sox
one's
or
better.
Bruins?
We'll just go right to Bruins. The
Yeah.
20th one so far is
That's
Bruins,
fine.
and this is very cool. You
Yeah.
replace the B in the Bruins logo with a shamrock. I think this is clean, like you said with the gold shamrock. I think this is a nice centerpiece for a jersey. You don't really need much else.
Yeah, I think this kind of rules. And I don't really care for the team crossovers as much, but I do
Mhm.
think this is cool, and people would buy the hell out of this too. Like
Yes.
they would be like, take our
Oh,
money.
oh my God, this would sell all of it. It would,
Yeah, people like all the townies would wear this. They'd be like, yeah, dude, I got both the teams on my shirt right now.
Yeah, bro.
Of course. All right. Well, hopefully we can have you on later in the season, maybe with win 40. We'll go over the next 20, but this is all we've got today. We're still going to talk plenty of Celtics, but this is the end of the jersey segment.
We went a
at the
half
very
hour.
least. Yeah, a quick little half hour on the
Jack
jerseys.
worked really hard on this background. We talked about it yesterday, and you just like didn't have it for the whole half of the show.
Hey, we had to talk jerseys. My favorite, we can go over favorites. I think the T was my favorite of the bunch so far.
I like the top three there. T jersey. There's a yellow based C's jersey, and then the
Oh yeah,
I really do like the marathon jersey quite a bit. So those are ones I
I
still-
like I like the one with the big ass Lucky in the middle. The green
gold.
with the gold Lucky.
Yeah, that's fun.
I think that's a good one.
Very cool.
What else? Yeah, it doesn't matter. That one stands out to me the most.
Tic-tac-toe. Come on.